Good Tuesday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Visiting now with meteorologist Chris Sramek. And Chris, definitely a record chilly type of morning across the high plains.
Yeah, I think everybody's probably tired of us talking about this broken record recording where we keep talking about these cold temperatures. We started talking about it middle of last week that it was coming, and we popped up that question. Then you posed to me, well, you think we'll break any records? And I was like, well, got to get to 15, 20 below to start really breaking records. And we thought we could break some of those 6 and 7 degree below zero temperatures that were set back in 2007 and in the late 90s. But these older ones that were set for since 1930 and 1979 were reaching up there in that minus 15 to minus 20. Well, this morning, we've pretty much done it. I think every site has broken their records, hitting anywhere from 15 below. The one that may not have got broken was in Ray, Colorado, where it was minus 22. And checking back at their airport, I could only find it going as low as minus 20 here this morning. But for Atwood, it's minus 11. You and I were discussing that we've seen potentially a minus 16. I saw a minus 14 on my weather thermometer. So we'll check and see what that officially ends up being here later on and get that posted up there on Facebook and on the YouTube channel with this report. But right now we got records broken all across the area. Temperatures are currently setting at this hour at minus 8 in Goodland. We've got minus 13 in McCook and minus teens and 20s out there in northeastern Colorado. The good news is there is a westerly and a southwest wind that's going to pull warmer air into the region. It'll be a slow warm up, especially if there's snow on the ground. We're going to see them temperatures climb back into the middle teens, maybe reach the upper teens to around that 20 degrees here this afternoon. So we'll continue to warm that. The national map is kind of interesting. We talked about that also, is that cold reaching all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. This morning, there is 20 degree temperatures along the coast of Texas, going to Louisiana. You get to Mobile, Panhandle of Florida, you got freezing, wintry mixed precipitation that's climbing up the Appalachians there in Tennessee, and then turning to snow to the north. You get on the Pacific coast, you got another storm system that's coming in. They had all this cold air and sent it down our way here this morning. We've got that next system coming on shore there in the Pacific that'll be here Thursday with the potential for some light snow and some colder temperatures once again to end the week, where we could be back in the teens, single digits for overnight lows, maybe hitting zero, and those wind chills again 10 to 15 below. But that won't be warning criteria. That's more like advisory wintry type precipitation. We'll have one day to warm up in between. Tomorrow we should see temperatures climb up there to that freezing point, maybe going above freezing, particularly if there isn't any snow on the ground. And that'll be short-lived. We get back to the weekend on Saturday. We'll warm back up again into the 20s. Should go 30s and 40s for Sunday and Monday. And then as you look farther down into your planner into next week, we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We got to keep an eye on 2 more systems coming out of the Pacific, potentially with some wintry mix on the backside of those, as they track through the deep south through Texas and head off towards the East Coast the middle of next week. So that's kind of the weather pattern, shaping up here for the next several days.
So definitely an active weather pattern over the last few days, and it looks like that trend's going to continue. Chris, a wide portion of the plains received a couple inches of really powdery snow yesterday.
Yeah, we had that disturbance that came through during the morning. It ended around 2 o'clock there in the afternoon. That stuff was really light, and it was, just a little bit of wind. It picked up there, 15, 20, 25 mile an hour gusts there late morning. So that stuff just really blew. And there was reports of whiteout conditions on the roads. It kind of made, that snow is being packed down out there. So it did cause a little havoc there later in the morning, that afternoon period. And these cold temperatures, I know the guys were out there trying to work on check the livestock and that and break the ice. And here this morning, they're probably just kind of tired of it all. We'll be ready for these warmer 20-degree heat wave and 30-degree temperatures that are just around the corner. If we really want to see a nice warm up in that, it's probably once we get past the middle of next week, heading towards that next weekend, the end of the month, we could see those temperatures definitely back up there in the 40s and some warmer weather.
As meteorologist Chris Sramek joining us here this morning on 106.1 KYVZ.